As the newest rendition of Miraculous Ladybug finally aired, fans are left wanting for more. As the shortest special yet, Miraculous World Paris leaves the audience with many possibilities, especially as it ends. It's no wonder so many fans are already hoping to see more of Shadybug and Claw Noir, who might have just become their favorite villains. That is why in today's video, we will list 10 things we hope to see if the new characters come around again, bringing with them a spin-off.
With this gift, I am exposing you to many perils and placing a great burden on your shoulders. Do you accept it for the greater good?
Number 1. More of the alternate universe. Although mentioned a few times by Claw Noir, Shadybug, and Butterfly, there is still a lot we are not aware about the world they come from. Butterfly mentions more than once he is glad to see a world where people are so happy, because where he is from, working as a team is prohibited. However, we know he is the leader of the rebellion, which means at least one group is trying to fight back against the Supreme. In Recreation, we can see multiple heroes coming together in an attempt to defeat Monarch, leaving us to question if the same heroes exist in the alternate universe and which side they are fighting for, Resistance or the Supreme. If a spin-off came out, seeing more of the world they live in would give the fans a better idea of the lives Shadybug and Claw Noir live, while also answering questions left after the special ends.
You shouldn't have stolen the Miraculous from him!
The Supreme abuses his powers.
Number 2. Who the Supreme is. Even if we never see him, the Supreme is mentioned many times throughout the special. As the current leader of all things vile and evil, he seems to have complete control over their world, deciding who gets the Miraculouses and who does not. We see the Kwamis a few times, unable to speak or move without his permission. Even when Shadybug attempts to call on Gimme for a wish, they are not summoned because the Supreme does not allow it. Although we have seen the Kwamis forced to obey their holders, specifically when Hawkmoth commands Nuru not to speak, this was the first time we've also seen Gimme, who holds the ability to defy reality, controlled. Having such power over the Kwamis and their Miraculouses must mean whoever the Supreme is, he is mighty enough to even control reality. It's no wonder Butterfly hasn't been able to stop him.
Where it will be inaccessible to Monarch.
That way, Monarch won't be able to remove your powers during the battle.
Number 3. What other characters are doing. Unfortunately for fans who enjoy the company of Marinette and Adrian's friends, we don't get to see many of them. We, of course, are immediately introduced to Ubiquity, the other world's Alia, and how she aids Butterfly to enter other universes by opening portals. We also see another rebellion fighter and best friend of Adrian, Nino. However, their roles are limited to only the beginning of the special. All the other supporting characters, including Marinette's and Adrian's friends, do not make an appearance in said special, and hence, fans are left to question about their role in this apocalyptic world. Claw Noir and Shadybug explain that they have no friends since they pushed them away while working for the Supreme. However, with intentions to reunite with those same friends as the special ends, we are left hoping to see them again if we return to their world next time. Number 4. How relationships between characters are different. We know that while both Adrians have unfortunately lost their mother, they still have their other parent, and as we meet Butterfly, it becomes clear the other world's version of Gabriel would make an effort to become a better parent. Even with the identities still kept secret, we can hope to see the redeemed Claw Noir returning home to make up with his father and build a caring father-son relationship in a way we've never seen Adrian and Gabriel interact before. With so many relationships in the show that could change, fans must wonder how living in the other universe could change the dynamics we are so familiar with. From Marinette and her parents to Chloe and the other antagonists, the possibilities are endless. For instance, if Lila was kind in their world, maybe that means she could be a hero instead of the villain we know her as.
No, you don't. Don't pretend to be me, or else you wouldn't be friends with the cockroach if you were me.
Number 5. How peace is restored. As the two villains realize the importance of restoring faith in the greater good, they return home with plans to take down the Supreme for good and welcoming love and compassion in this universe. With the 3 compelling Miraculous holders going up against the Supreme, they might have enough potential to win over the rest of the imprisoned Miraculouses. If they win, it could bring harmony and set peace for the forthcoming future. With the battle ending and control be given to the rightful hands, the citizens of Paris, the now heroes can learn to live in a hopeful new world. As Butterfly repeatedly explained his reason for stealing the Butterfly Miraculous and risking everything to resist, he can finally have a chance to witness everything they fought for become a reality. This change in their world and the characters' dynamics would be yet another amazing scene to witness in the spin-off.
Lady Fly, actually. Nice to meet you. I love surprises.
Number 6. How every Kwami lives in every universe at the same time. With Tiki mentioning that all Kwamis live in every universe simultaneously, it has fans wondering what appearance they would assume. With various multiverses existing at the same time, there's no telling how many lives they live at once. While the redemption of the villainous counterparts of our favorite heroes become the main plot of this special, it would have been incredible to get to know the Kwamis' world and their existence. After learning this, we can see how dangerous the Kwamis can be without a holder. With so much information from across the multiverse, there's no limit to what they could know. It's no wonder Plagg is responsible for the extinction of the dinosaurs, and how chaotic we've seen things get when they use their powers without a holder.
Meow. Style faux pas. Cataclysm!
Number 7. The Kwamis gain their freedom back. As we see in the special, Plagg and Tiki's mouths are locked with a magical seal, making them unable to speak and fight back against their holders, especially the Supreme. With complete control over them, it makes fans even more keen on seeing the Kwamis we know and love gain back their freedom. We see Nuru being set free, and with Shadybug and Claw Noir joining the heroes, Plagg and Tiki will hopefully be able to regain their freedom as well. With so many Kwamis in the Miracle Box, it won't be easy for Shadybug or Claw Noir to rescue them all at once, but if they're able to find holders for each Kwami, it may just be what they need to have unrestrained liberty from the Supreme.
Never mind. Tiki. Plagg. Reveal yourselves!
Number 8. The Return of Gimme. Since Shadybug is incapable of unifying Plagg and Tiki, she cannot summon Gimme and hence can't make her wish. While we know these wishes can have severe consequences, it would be interesting to see the Kwami of reality be able to be summoned. If they were to wish to restore their world, it would likely be very different than the wish we see granted in recreation. This would be just another notion that sets the difference between the Paris we know and the one Gimme could recreate.
I am Gimme, the Kwami of reality. I am everything that was, is, and will be.
Number 9. Butterfly versus Monarch. Even if we do see these two interact a few times, it's never for long, and with them being on the opposite sides, it would be fun to see how the hero and villain would face off against each other. Since the special is the first time we see Nuru's powers used for good by Gabriel, putting them both against each other could reveal even more new powers the Kwami of the Butterfly is capable of. In the same way, both holders of the Ladybug and Cat Miraculous fought. Monarch and Butterfly could have the same outcome. Realizing the similarities they both share and the regret and grief they've both been through, it could be all that Monarch needs to change his mind about the wish.
Your partners. In mine, any form of mutual aid is a crime.
Number 10. Characters having different Miraculouses. In Paris, we know every miraculous holder from the Chinese Miracle Box, but Butterfly never mentions the other miraculous holders. Having full control over them, the Supreme likely chooses his holders very carefully. So we can speculate that the miraculous holders we know are not the same there. With only chosen people in charge of a miraculous, we're made to wonder who the Supreme would choose. We know that he chose Gabriel because of his power and allegiance to the Supreme, so with that in mind, he'd likely choose people he thought would stay loyal to his cause. It would make the most sense for him to pick the mayor, his family, and Lila. Her allegiance to Monarch shows how far she's willing to go to get her way. And if their Lila is the same, she would be the perfect candidate.
Monarch now threatens to attack Paris relentlessly.
We're heading straight for disaster. I knew it. I told you.
With no mention of a sequel in the making, we can only speculate what the future of the other universe could be. Without seeing the world ourselves and meeting only a few of the characters, it only gives rise to more burning questions. If we were to see the characters again, we can only hope some things on our list would come with more answers. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Fly, my Kamiko, and magnify the glimmer of hope that shines in Alia Sasayer's heart.